Are you here?
Yes, we are here.
CG, are you here?
Yes, we're here.
Are you here?
Bentar, tadi apa Yuda hilangan jaringannya, jadi OTW masuk lagi.
OMG.
Sorry. Nah, itu udah. Oke. CO complete.
Okay. Without further ado, let's start the debate. Before that, please start your own timer. Takutnya aku lupa. Terus, for better engagement, please give some POI for other bench, or if you don't have any POI while you have your speech, you can over it while you deliver your speech. For Prime Minister, time is yours.
Okay. For POI preference, you can unmute yourself. For the gender preference, you can call me her or she. Okay, my speech will start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, first of all, there is two things that we need to talk in this debate. The first thing is this kind of scenario will not against the company rules because we know the free will of the company will guarantee that it's okay to sleep to your boss, and there is no rules that you can sleep with your boss. And the second is it will not against the rules towards the country, and also it's legal to the country to sleep on with your boss, your boss, because there is no rules that you can there is no rules in the country that will arrange you to who want you will sleep to. Okay, in this debate today we will debate about the woman's, like we need to understand about what we need to the debate today, because we will debate about the rights to the woman and why this is very important to the woman in the end of the day, and to her career and to her life in the end of the day of this kind of scenario. We need to talk about how the woman rights is very needed in this kind of the proposal today. First of all, we know that the characterization of 20s people of 20s women people is want to grow in their career. They want to be better in their career. They want to make a good in the career itself, and also the work around there is a kind of the work that force them to be a good 20s woman in the career, because we know that in this era there is a lot of people who have to be a good people in the 20s itself, and also your parents, your environment and so on will force you to be good in the 20s, and force you to have a good career in the 20s. And also this one of the opportunities, the golden opportunity, because of what? Because in the 20s you have a golden era, and also you have the prima what is it, the prima body that's will make you will be better to choose what you want and to choose what good for you. And also we believe that there is a pre-choice to ourselves, that what will we there is a pre-choice towards the girl. There is a human right, there is a pre-choice that we will already know there is a pre-choice towards us to make sure what we want to do is free to us. Is free to us as long as it will not harm to the another rights. And also we believe there is a pre-choice to us to advance our career by sleep with our boss. Because of what? Because because of no thanks, because of we want to do whatever we want, and also the payment the payment is support the group that even if you women are free to sleep with whatever they want, is also free to choose to what kind of the people we want to sleep to. And also we believe that in this kind of the proposal itself, it will be good to you to in the 20s to sleep with your boss can advance your career instead, because the first is it can advance your career, it will make your happiness in the end of the day, because of your career will be advanced and you will get a good position in your job, and also you will happy if your career is already advanced or good, because you will first in the 20s you can get the main goal of your life, you can get your future goals, and also you will get opportunity to have a good job, and also you have an opportunity to what is that, to prepare yourself to be good in the end of the day. And also the characterization of the people of the 20s, they want to chase the future goals, and we believe that the career is one of the goals in the end of the day. So if this kind of the proposal will make your career more increase in the end of the days, will be good for your future goals. There is one way with your goals in 20 itself. And also this kind of the opportunity will not come in the next few years, because if you just waiting for it and you will not do it, this kind of the opportunity will not come again. Because of what? Because your age is already old and so on. So this is the kind of the golden opportunity to prepare your career to be a better in your life. And also you get the opportunity from the very first beginning of your career, and you need to take it because it's a golden opportunity that you have. Moreover, the interest of the human in 20s is a happiness, and how the career will reach this kind of the happiness, because of what? Because if you have a good career, the people will have a good stigma in you, because you in the end of the day, the people will think that you are a good 20s, in a good age, that in the 20s you already can get the best of your career, the best of your job, and the stigma of the people will change to you and will think that you are really good in the society. And the second is why it can make you happy, because of course by the increase of the career you will get a lot of money, and by the get a lot of money you can make yourself happy by you can do hedonism at the 20s, and also you can give your parents and your friends and so on. So in the end of the day, this kind of the career will be very important to yourself. And the second is the interest of the people 20s is the basic needs, and also the food that they need to chase it. So if your career in from the very first beginning is you are in a good position, in the end of the day it can guarantee your future life. So in the end of the day, your future life will be guaranteed by this kind of the opportunity that you start at the very first beginning of your job. That's why we believe it will be good to your 20s era. As the woman is moreover, the woman is really hard to be get increased to the career itself. So that's why we believe as the government team that we need to do this kind of the proposal to make the girl is more more good in the society stigma. So we proud to be stand with the motion today. Thank you.
Thank you for the fine speech. To opening opposition case, I call you upon leader of opposition. Time is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. If you wanna give your eye, just unmute yourself. And I'm gonna start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before I bring my argument, I want to give some rebuttals to the opening government first. The opening government, which is Prime Minister, said that the character of 20s women is want to grow their career because they are still on a golden age, which is they have good condition on their body, on their mind, on their time, and etc. So on their 20s, it is very good for them to grow their career, and it is a good chance. But ladies and gentlemen, we believe that in here, this is not the good way to to boost their career. This is not a good way because there is still another way to boost their career, right? The woman still can learn a lot on their sector. The women can make a good can give good value to their boss, to their company, can give good impact to their company. So it will be more good, it will be better from the quality side, ladies and gentlemen. Because if the women boost their career by sleep with their boss, we don't think, we believe that is not a good choice because it is like a shortcut for them, and shortcut is not well, it's not good for the long term, ladies and gentlemen. So basically we believe that sleeping with the boss not gonna be good for the women long term point of view. And then the second rebuttal is the opening government said that uh, this choice, which is sleep with the boss, it is free to the women to choose to sleep to their boss or not, as long as it's not going to harm others' rights. But ladies and gentlemen, okay, it's free. It's their women choice. It's the women choose. It's free for them to choose to sleep to their boss or not. But we believe this gonna harm this choice will harm the others' rights, ladies and gentlemen. Why it's gonna harm the others' right? Because if the women choose this way to push their career by sleep with their boss, how about the other employees, ladies and gentlemen? How about the other workers in that companies? Because of course it's not gonna fair for them because it's very subjective. If it's very subjective for the boss, right? For the boss can choose uh with her with who he want to sleep, and if it can boost their career, and also it's also depend on the physical appearance, and it's also depend on the boss point of view, the boss loss. So we believe that it it's not gonna fair, it's not gonna fair, and it will harm others' rights, ladies and gentlemen, because not every company can take that that choice. And now I want to bring my argument. We strongly oppose this motion, ladies and gentlemen, because if a single woman or if women sleep with their boss and it can significantly boost their career, maybe it's gonna give some good impact on the women, but it is on the short term, ladies and gentlemen, and it's only for the women itself. But let's consider the other factor, ladies and gentlemen. Let's consider the other subject, because if we do that, if the women do that, it would impact the company performance. Why it can impact the company performance? Because the women get position, the women can boost their career, which is they will get a great position in their company without test, ladies and gentlemen. So the women can get that position easily without any qualification. So it's really there is a really high, what is that, really high odds, really high possibilities that the woman will not be qualified to fill the higher position, but she just get that easily because she slept with her boss. So let's consider about the company performance, because of course we know that greater position have greater responsibilities. And of course, it will impact significantly to the company's performance, ladies and gentlemen. And also, it will make the why it would impact the company performance, because it also can make the other company, it can make the solidity of that company will break, ladies and gentlemen. It will make the company not solid again in their teams, because the other employees, of course, they will get envy, because just like I said before, not everyone has the same opportunity to that women to slip to their boss, because their boss, of course, their boss will see about their physical appearance, like their beauty, their face, maybe their body, their size of bra or something like that. And we as a human, we cannot choose that how to say that, we cannot choose our body, we cannot choose our face. So it is not fair, it is not fair at the very first place. It's not fair to other employee. So it, and if that is not fair to other employee, of course the other employee will get envy, and it will impact their performance, it will impact the employees, the other employees performance. And then at the end of the day, it will impact to the company itself. So it will make the company performance be bad as time as goes on. And then how about the men, ladies and gentlemen? Because if the women can boost their career significantly by sleep with their boss, but how about the men? It's not fair for other employee. It's not fair for the men employee, because we know that we cannot sleep. We know that men cannot sleep with men, ladies and gentlemen. So at the very beginning, it is not fair for the men, and also it's not fair for the other employee, because the choice only available for women. The men cannot do that, and uh, it's not close the opportunity that the other employee could be more qualified to fill that position. So we believe, we strongly oppose this motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the fine speech. To close the opening government case, I call you upon Deputy Prime Minister. Time is yours.
It's me, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Wait, let me put my timer. Timer. Let's first start with something that's extraneous in the OO's case, right? So they're trying to say, look, like women shouldn't sleep with men, and like that shouldn't be the case. Well, we have told you that this debate is not about that whatsoever, right? This debate is about a woman who has the golden opportunity, and I would like to emphasize this word and explain to you why it's important. And in this case, how it is okay, both in the company and in the legal system, for her to do so. So there shouldn't be any talk about it. If not, then we would have to go to another debate, which talks about women's rights, right? So let's actually try to rebut a few of the things. First thing he says is it's not a good way of advancing career, because they can learn and impact the company anyways in their current position. The question is, why would she not be able to create an impact on the company by being a regional manager in comparison to just a sales associate, right? It actually contradicts your second argument, which basically says that she's going to ruin company completely, right? And while saying that, you're basically saying that her position in a higher position is definitely going to impact the company more, right? And I would argue that the impact is even higher, because then she can actually have more power. But how about the other women? They ask that this is important for them to know, right? Well, Op needs to realize that this is a me debate and not a you debate. So their interest is not our highest concern. But to engage in this argument, Women in higher positions are the only way in proving that women are capable to do what men are, which in this case is make decisions. We didn't call this a golden opportunity for no reason, right? Not all women is going to get their boss to sleep with them. The question becomes, if this golden opportunity is presented to you, would you take it? And our answer is yes. Why? Because it doesn't just ruin the company. Let's engage with your third argument, which says that the women will ruin the company. It's actually really great that you mentioned this, because in your speech, you literally say that most likely this woman is not qualified for this position, going all the way to say it will impact company performance, which proves that there is a high disregard for women's ability in the workplace. When you say you are discrediting her work, we say that it is not likely to happen because the boss also has credibility. When he is not just giving random jobs to women, and especially because he's just sleeping with them, it is obvious by the company and it will reflect on the boss's credibility himself. And the boss, of course, has the interest of not being the boss anymore, right? And don't want the company to force him to step down. So most likely, whatever position that he is going to give her is in accordance to her actual capabilities and not at all reflecting that on himself. Secondly, the op needs to prove that men aren't given jobs that women are fully capable of just because of the fact that they are male. Right? In this case, you have to prove then why male that are in a higher position would most likely have more qualifications than this woman in her 20s. Secondly, the op needs to prove that, thirdly, whatever society thinks is not going to be reflected in the actual corporation employee checks. So what I mean by this is that what about the other women, right? And what about the fact that company performance goes down? Look, if she is an employee, she is working under a contract and she is working under the company's like employee checks. In this case, if we work in your worst case scenario, meaning that this woman significantly jumped her career and she is not actually able to do her job, number one, in the interest of the women, it actually doesn't matter, like we said, but for the company themselves, they can demote her or demote the boss, which I've said in a real life scenario, this won't likely be the case, right? And even so, let's even consider if the boss is actually the one that owns the company, right? In this case, them pushing the woman to take a higher role is actually beneficial in terms of making sure that she is able to take over the company one day and become a wife, for example. But let's go to my own arguments, right? Number one, we've mentioned to you that there is a basic need, that there is a need to focus on creating a livelihood for someone that is in her 20s, and the fact that they need to do it as soon as possible. Because what is the biggest argument at the end of the day? There is an opportunity cost. When you are able to gain significant income at the start of your career is what makes the difference between someone who is wealthy and someone who can retire by their 30s. And the current system is that when you work longer, the higher you get paid, right? So if I work for 45 years, that means I will have a higher pay than someone who has been working for 20 years. But if there is a way to significantly decrease the time you work, wouldn't it be better? And why? Investment is best started whenever. Extra income can be used not just for basic necessities such as food, clothes, but instead investment that could give her money in the long run. And this extra time gives her time to catch up with inflation. It's because investment works in an exponential growth that the earlier you start, the higher the return will be. And this is not just about investment, right? If we are looking at her own basic needs, such as the fact that real estate market is increasing in price, markets are becoming so saturated and competitive that being an entrepreneur is even harder to do in the future, and jobs are going to be replaced by AI. And a lot of the women-based work, such as nursing, sales support, sales associate, which is most likely what this woman has the job of, will be replaceable and therefore not available for women. So it is completely in her best interest, when understanding the opportunity cost, that when you are able to therefore significantly advance your career, you would like to do it at the earliest point possible. And so let's talk about why the boss specifically, right? Because there is a need for respect for these women. As you said, women are not regarded as beneficial in a company. Whether they have good ideas or not, it becomes discredited because of the gender she is. And I can prove to you that this exists in work culture, where women speak up less because they are interrupted by men. Men take credit for a woman's work, and women are just naturally supposed to give birth. So the idea of giving promotions doesn't come as naturally for women because there is the assumption that eventually she will leave the company to have a baby. The minute that the company knows that this woman woman is inside and therefore most likely going to leave the company, for example, this is when she is able to then prove to people in her company that, look, she has good ideas and women should not be discredited as such, right? And if she is able to significantly advance her career under the boss's account, there will be respect because there's understanding that you will not be talked over by another colleague, for example, as they are afraid of the boss's opinion, right? So let's create an argument to kind of preempt what the opposition is going to say. When you are going to say that there is a stigma in society, which is the only thing you have left at this point, this stigma has been balanced in recent times, right? If you even know K-dramas such as My Stupid Boss, Secretary Kim, and the new one, I forgot what the name is, but there is really high feminist support that identify women are free to sleep with whoever they want. And when we say that there is a golden opportunity, we really suggest that you take it. We win.
Thank you for the fine speech. To close the opening opposition case, I call you upon Deputy Leader of Opposition. Time is yours.
Okay, I'm start my speech in 3, 2, 1. So before I want to deliver my argument, I want to give some rebuttal from the OG side. The first one, the OG side said if the rule, no rule on this country, and they said about women right. We even know women right is to protect the woman itself. And if we look at this motion, we can see if the employee she destroy her body to only get her career to be better in the future. And also the OG side say if she has to be in the golden age, but we can see we also can see in the 20s age in the emotional from the from along between the 20s, we can see it's not stabilized. That's why if we don't have to hurry up to build our career in order to make a better, I mean like in the faster, I mean like in the 20s, if we can reach high career in the 20s age, how about the next age like 30 age? How about the other opportunity? I mean like there also a change, like we have to do that or something like a change that we can grow, but how you can say if that's called as the instant way? So from the OG also said if the credible from the boss inside, how we can say if the credible from the boss? I mean like uh, why the boss of the office make it that kind of sleeping with her employee with his employee is included as a credible? How can the shape of office itself, I mean like is the destroy of the norm itself? We can see if we can see in the country that using a law that you can break the law of that like norm. I mean like the society also will make it better reputation like that. And also the OG side also said if the contract carrier, I mean like there are not available explicit say or written like you have to sleep with your employee to make your career to be better in the future. I mean like it's not like written and clear. How can employee make such that idea like that? I mean like it's just a liquor. So jump to my argument. I mean like this motion is about uh, this motion is about employees sleep with her boss. I mean like it's make a bad reputation because why? Because we can see based on the true story, like if we can look at drama like Lion Putus, Lion Putus is based on true story. But if we look at the this kind of lying putus. How can lying putus have relation with this motion? If we can see, there also have so many problem or so many issues or news. Even it's valid, like a police wife was get problem from their marriage life because from the third people including by their marriage life, because yeah, something like employee that sleep with her boss, something like that. I mean, like this kind of revelation, this kind of valid of that will if employee sleep with her boss, I mean, like it will rising the problem itself. Even we can see this will bring more problem from the office, even from the family. If you look at the family, these families will be have a disharmony. If you look at the office will have a bad reputation, because why? How can other employee get more I mean, like attractive for the that employee itself? I mean, like I know this is a single man, but how can the other employee single man? I mean, like should boss sleep with the other employee to make their career so high like that? How about the man employee? I mean, like it's not the right doing to make a career to be improved like that. So if we can back to the impact like divorce, I mean, like if the divorce is the impact from this motion, like employee get the problem like get the family problem like divorce. I mean, like it will make a reputation from the boss itself will be bad, because why? The boss is the director from the office. If the director was not heard by their employee, how about the office can build, or how about the office will goes on? I mean, like the director must be clear and must be healthy and doing the right obligations, something like that. And also, and why this is important? I mean, like the boss is have to be good reputation, like I said before, because why? If the boss will good reputation, it will give some impact from the others. Because why? Because we can see, even if in the family the boss will not get the divorce or disharmony from the family, if we can see, and the office will get more a reputation like promotion, because their quality from the employee itself. Because why? Because they only see or using their quality not based on something doings like that. So from the society itself, society will look it by, oh, this office or this company is the good and hold for my future doctor to join the company itself. I mean, like it's the good reputation and good impact that will company will recruitment something employee like that. So based on that, I believe if the OO will propose to this debate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the fine speech. To open the closing government case, I call you for member of government. Time is yours.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I want to mention a few arguments from the opposition that this choice of women to sleep with their boss can harm the other people's job opportunities. But we know that the boss not just will deploy this woman to the higher position in instantly, or will give their opportunity to join the big project instantly, but they just give this woman just a little by little benefit, so they can give the benefit each other. So it's not really harming the other people job opportunity, and the boss also know that giving them bigger opportunity instantly will give this boss a bad reputation, because clearly everyone is know that there's something happening between them, with if this woman is given something so good without any string attached. So next is that's also proof that the low performance of the company is not impacted because of this woman get the bigger opportunity or bigger project, because they not instantly have that opportunity. They just given the little by little benefit by their boss. And I also want to mention the argument that of the opposition that men cannot sleep with men. It's clearly wrong. We know that homosexuality is exists, and by saying that it's just homophobic. So, and if we women can sleep with our boss, that means that men can also sleep with their boss. So it's the equal of benefit. So you can just sleep with your boss if you want. It's your choice. It's your right. So we don't really care about what are you doing. And they also say that women are not credible if they sleep with their boss. It's wrong, because woman credibility is not just seen from that kind of behavior, but from their everyday personality. And this woman can also make the family of their boss broken, can make the divorce. Is really wrong too, because the benefit from they get from what they're done is clearly something that not attached to this family. And if their boss is willing to sleep with this woman, that means he is also willing to sleep with the other woman. So it's not our fault. It's not just our fault, but also this boss' fault. And sooner or later, the family will be broken, not because this single woman in her 20 doing their best to gain what they want. And next, I want to provide the characterization of this motion, that is why we want to sleep with our boss, even though we are the woman in our 20. The number one reason is because the oppression in the job environment. We know that that is misogynist men or people exist that don't really like women, and not liking what they achieve, and also give negative thinking about what they do, even though they gain it with their power, with their opportunity and skill and everything. And the misogynistic people in this job environment on or the companies can make this woman opportunity lower, because for example, if these people is their direct leader, they can oppress the woman with for example, claim their work or giving their more work than is needed in their position, and this clearly is not beneficial to women and really bad because it can impact their mental state. They given more job and it's take their free time, and they can really enjoying this job environment that really toxic like that. And the second is the woman is the part of minority. For example, they came from the black ethnicity, or that is, or the Asian ethnicity, that clearly given more lower position, and that's given more less opportunity than from the other ethnicity, because they uh, because of the racism itself, and because of that they can really uh, achieve their goal to do the get a bigger payment or everything they dream. And so, and the third reason is this woman is came from low income family, that they don't have the opportunity to get the sophisticated skill or everything that the high income family have. For example, they can following the student exchange because they don't have the money, they don't, and their family can support their living condition in the abroad. And I want to explain why we justify it, is because it's the right of this woman, so we can do what we want with our body. And
Nah,
and it's win-win. So
Hannah, sorry. You have already spent 8 minutes. Your time is
oh,
already up.
okay, sorry, aku nggak.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have already spent 8 minutes and 15 seconds. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you for the fine speech. To open closing opposition case, I call you upon member of opposition. Time is yours.
Check, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Um, here, so this is just truly for the debate, okay? There's no specific gender pronouns. If you have any PI, just to check, okay? Halo, Hana, kedengeran nggak sih?
Kedengaran. Lanjut. Halo Kak Yuda.
Yud. Udah, kayaknya jaringannya lagi trouble. Bentar ya, bentar. Tak, telepon.
OMG, sorry guys, I'm back. Hi. Halo.
Kedengeran Kak,
Yes,
kedengeran.
yes, you are completely audible. Please proceed.
Sampai mana sih? Halo.
I think you were muted from the first time.
Oke, mulai dari awal aja ya. Oke. Halo Jessica, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Okay, panels, what we want in closing opposition is that on how actually this woman will actually advance her career by using or utilizing the competency, also the ability, for instance, the ability on how actually you're going to give a value to your company, on how actually you have your brain, on how actually to make sense on how actually you're going to utilize your career in the workplace, right? Instead, we're not going to trade our body over on how actually you're going to get a career to, to actually say yes to the invitation coming from your boss to actually fuck you and so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, we believe by on how actually this is not actually worth it for you, on how actually to trade your body over your boss to get a career in the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. In my speech, I'm going to talk about on how actually I'm going to categorize to you on how actually in this woman is actually in the 20s, in the early 20s, and secondly, I'm going to talk about what will happen even if you're going not career, but it's still okay for you to sacrifice your job even if this is replaceable in the end of the day. And lastly, I'm going to talk about why is it not worth it for you to trade your body over your career in workplace, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, let's see the case on the opening government and also the closing government all together, because number one, they talk about the point of justification on how actually, oh, this is the human right, this is a woman's body, this is a woman's choice, on how actually we're going to choose to do whatever with our body and blah blah blah. First, number one, you have to recognize the moment when you are going to be working in employment or you are going in a company, that means that you are having a contract, right? You are an employee. That means that you are working under a contract on how actually you have to obey a lot of rights, also obligation, also responsibility. One of your responsibility is that on how actually you have to do your job based on your value and also capability, on how actually you're going to contribute to your company and so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. By selling your bodies, by doing that kind of scenario, It's not that kind of point valid justification for you to do that, because that is not exactly the thing that you do. And second of all, the moment when the moment when you're doing this cunning mechanism on how actually you have to sleep with your boss in order for you to get a position, that's exactly hampering the position of the other woman, right? Because exactly, right, this is not a good way for you, or this is a way for you to get your job or to get your career advanced, right? This is not a good or a valid justification for you to do this kind of to justify the moment when you are going to sleep with your boss and so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. And also, let's talk about on how actually the prime minister really pandering to talk about, oh yeah, this is the choice of the women, right? This is our choice, this is our body, and blah blah blah. But at the same time, they also don't talk about how exactly the implication the moment when these women are going to sleep with their boss, right? In the end of the day, this will hamper the woman in the other day. The implication on how actually it's not going to be sustainable, even if you get the job, it's not going to be sustainable. And this is, in the end of the day, this is not about the idea of protecting women, right? Instead, the idea coming from closing government and also not opening government is exactly this, endangering the
Hello. Hello, you there?
20s, you are
I
having a
think
lot of time to learn, to grow on how actually you have to actually utilize your competence and utilize your ability, because you are an educated woman. You have been supplied by your parents on how actually you are put in a school, in a good school, in university, and you're graduated and you work in this fast-paced environment. You are an educated woman, and that means that in your 20s, there's a lot of time, guys. There's a lot of time on how actually you're going to get a lot of things. Even if you refuse the invitation of your boss to fuck you, for instance, it's still okay for you, because you are still in your training. In your training, you still have a lot of time to actually grow, to learn, and blah blah blah. Therefore, it's not worth it for you to actually train your body over a career in workplace, ladies and gentlemen. And also, by expanding your capability on how actually this is better for you, instead of expanding your capability in terms of the technical skills on how actually you are going to be having a lot of more values in your company. So in the end of the day, this will hamper the situation in the other. Let's talk about how actually this is okay for you to sacrifice your job even if it's replaceable. The scenario is that even if your boss by your boss, it is okay under or certain house, ladies and gentlemen. Because number one, you are still in your training. As my previous argumentation on how actually in your training you still have a lot of time, you still have a lot of space on how actually you're going to grow up, ladies and gentlemen. And also, let's talk about in the position of the woman, right? Because this is really important. Let's talk about in the perspective of the woman. The moment when you are going to do that, coming from closing government and also opening government, there will be a self-depreciation coming from yourself, right? Oh yeah, the only way my body and my body. So in the end of the day, your boss will only see you as a bargaining tool of your body, right? The only threat that are going to be used by or utilized by your boss in order to, to mengancam you, for instance, is only by using that, ladies and gentlemen. In the end of the day, you don't have a value anymore instead of your body. Aging. The moment when you do that, and in the end of the day, this will be a habit for you, right? The moment when you another company, you will always do this way in your brain. Instead, you are a woman and you are aging. Yeah, man is aging, so it's like that. The woman is aging, so this is not a good thing for you guys to actually do that, ladies and gentlemen. And also, at the moment, let's talk about in the boss perspective, right? It will devalue you. Your boss will devalue you because your boss will only see you as your body and not more than that, or the value, another value or technical things, and blah blah blah. Also, in the end of the day, it will hamper the idea of coming from the woman's right itself. Let's engage on the point of opening government when they say about the woman's right, right? Let's see. In the current status quo, the woman's right is also hampering the moment when there's a lot of slut shaming in the workforce. There's a lot of inequality in the workforce. This situation will also worsen the status quo, right? Women are going this woman in workforce, right? Because the pressure coming from the people inside the office, for instance, that's the environment itself. The people will always pressure you with a lot of stuff, right? By saying that, oh, you are considered as a you are considered as a slut, for example, because the only way for you to get your job hired is only by sleeping with your boss and blah blah blah. So for the pressure is there. that. So therefore, when we talk about the woman's right, also the woman, the gender equality in workforce, it is also better under outside the house in closing position when you don't do this element. Instead, in outside the house, we propose the idea on how actually you utilize your competence, utilize your ability on how actually you're going to get a higher career in your job at this moment. Therefore, you should not do that. Thank you.
Okay, I thank you, the member of opposition, for the fine speech, and now I call upon the government whip to deliver his or her speech. Here.
Okay, wait a second.
Guys, I'm so sorry, but I have to go.
Oh ya, nggak apa-apa, it's okay, Kak. It's
Oke,
fine.
Kak.
Thank you
Makasih
for
banget Kak
your
Sania.
participation.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Good luck.
Thank
Okay,
you so
bye.
much, Kak.
Lucy, text me. Bye.
Okay, starting POI preference on chat box. Okay, starting my speech in 3, 2, 1. Wait. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to clarification or characterize first about what is actually why we do allow a woman like have relationship with their boss or sleeping with their boss in the first place, because as we know right now that the woman that have capability to do this is like the woman, like that the minorities are being oppressed in their job environment, like my first speaker already told you, because as my OGR already told you that their work is being like taken by the men, and also this woman in here cannot be promoted in their job because they are minorities or they are being oppressed, and etc. Two things in my argument. First, on how the benefits on how by allowing this woman to sleep in with the boss will not gonna be harm anyone. Secondly, on how the benefit will more likely happen in our side of the house. Some response before I come to my argument. First, the OO said that what's gonna be the like question like how it's gonna be happen like when this woman sleeping with their boss, their career like instantly will be improved and etc. And even if it's instantly being improved, it's not gonna be sustainable or not early in happen in long term. Well, we don't say that it will gonna be like instantly improve instantly like their career improve because they sleep with their boss. For example, like they only sleep, they're like sleeping together in one night and then boom, your career will improve. It's not something like that, because we also see the other side from this woman, like for example, like the capability in their work, and also like their achievements in their work, which having like relationship with your boss is it will help you to advance your career, but it's not like fully being like it's not like but your achievement is also like the one of the factor that your career will gonna be increase itself. Comes to my argument first on how the harm will not gonna be happen in anyone in both sides of anyone. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we know, as I already told you, first is like woman injuries, like woman who minorities who being oppressed in job environmental. For example, like they are live in area where they are being like oppressed by conservative people. Meanwhile, they are have like skill or talent that they have the capability to do their job. They have more capability rather than men, rather than male workers, for example. Even if they can use their this kind of talents, this kind of skills for their own for improve their career, because they have skill like the CEO say that they have long journey, they have long journey, they have the other opportunities to improve their career since they are still in 20s instead of sleeping with their boss. I think that I think that it's still not enough. Why? Because in the first place, they are already being oppressed. They are being oppressed. They are being limited. Moreover, like society most likely didn't have any chance toward these minorities women to improve their career, because they're like most likely like limiting their access to their access in job environment. For example, like this person should be promoted in the first place, and because of their because they're because of the are minorities or they are women, for example, this promoted was are being thwarted, and they cannot be promoted again in their job. Why we say that because of this reason, this woman can allow it's okay to sleeping with boss, even if they're still young, they can build career capability. Because how actually they can build their own career in the first place if they are like didn't have any access to start in the first place, because they are being limited by society. For example, even if they might say that these minorities will gonna be more oppressed because there are another employees who were likely like like being jealous or like mock them and etc. And they will be more oppressed again in job environment. Within that, they feel okay because at least that they have someone that can back up them. They have even if this someone that back up them is more have and a big power to defend her, to protect her, for example, like their boss and etc. And it's just this kind of sleeping is just not something that this woman like selling their body and etc. We believe that they are doing this kind of sleeping is because they are both love each other. For example, they are so it's not gonna be like hard only for the value of the woman, since they are like love each other and etc. Now to secondly, why it's not gonna be harm others? Because the OO state the company will not gonna be run well, because the company will most likely collapse, because it's violent. It will destroy the reputation of the boss itself, and the corporate will not gonna be corporation anymore. Within that, it's not gonna happen, because actually the company, as we know, that company right now is like is looking for profit, right? Because and that's why the company that corporate with this kind of company will not gonna be like unsustainable and etc. Even if even if they say that there will be like employee being jealous from even if they say that it will gonna be like destroy the company and also the boss reputation within that company. Who cooperate with them doesn't always care about the personal things with that with their relation, as long as this company was still able to have to give them money, or still able to give them profit and etc. That will advantage them in the future. Was so that's why the collapse not gonna be happen in the first place. Secondly, why benefits will only happen in our side? Because, ladies and gentlemen, the opposition side also believe that it will make other employee being jealous, because they didn't have any access, they didn't have that ability to like duty and etc. They jealous with this woman who they didn't they can't get the attention of the boss. Within that's gonna happen. Within that, it will benefit in both sides. Why? Because the company will not gonna be unsustainable and in the future, because even if there's jealous from the employment itself, we think that it's okay. Because why? Because these people that can attract this boss attention because of the attention etc. will be more likely do something to get that attention from this boss. For example, like they will be more improve their achievement, they show their capability in work and etc. And then it will create competition, which is we believe that it's okay, because people is gonna be compete each other to get the attention from the boss, and at the end of the day, the outcome will be more good for the company itself. So that's why we promote to purpose. Thank you.
Thank you for the government for the fine speech, although you already passed the 8-minute mark and your um, late arguments will not be counted because you've already surpassed the 7:20-minute mark. So with that being said, I call upon the final speaker of this debate, which is the opposition whip. So the screen is yours. Here.
Check, I'm audible.
Loud and clear.
Okay. So I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, just if I'm being a woman and I really being poorly poor, then I will not sell my body because I'm not assigned for this spot. I'm assigned to work as an officer, right? So if my boss say that, oh, you have the chance in order to significantly advance your career, just sleep with me, then I will just like sign up. Or there is still scenario where you can stay in your chair, right, in that company, and there is no scenario that your boss will fire you, because I think that if he fire you, then all of the worker in the company will start to questioning why you are fired. Then I think your boss is considered that as qualifying their good name. So what I'm going to explain in my speech is that simply which one is better to build the career of this woman, and second, which one is more important, woman choice or the safety net of this woman. Let's talk about the first one. Is that career? They say simply all of the benefits from the government side of the house say that this woman is who still in the 20 age is very career oriented, and this is a golden opportunity. Just read with him. First, they never explain to us why this young woman that are really money oriented really need that money, because I think that this money is most likely just in order to utilize to fulfill her glorious lifestyle, right? There's not any further explanation that okay, actually in the condition where his family is very suffer, his parents do not they really need that money, etc., etc. I think this is most likely just in order to be utilized as a glorious lifestyle of fulfillment. But furthermore, we agree that career is very important. But what we do not agree is that your method that you choose in order to achieve that betterment. My first speaker told you that your journey in career is still long. You have another opportunity that you can try to improve your career. Go to course, training, or something like that. Why is better? Because this is more sustainable. They never explain you why sleeping with your boss, why you are going to sleep forever with your boss, and in the end of the day, if you quit from that office, then you will have that capability that you can sell to other company. I will explain that later. Why this is more sustainable? Because the process that you face in your career will shape you to be more competent, right? Your power is not only rely on your ability to offer a giant to your boss, but it is relies on your ability to increase a certain company's income. Under their side, maybe your career will significantly better, but it inquire, is that sustained? Absolutely no, right? Because consider some circumstances. Hey, work in certain company is not an everlasting you. Company grow because of loss the competition in the market, for example. Or maybe your boss just feels saturated on you, so he tried to find another girl. In this case, in the end of the day, you need to move to other company to sustain. But will you get in? Oh no. Of course no, because who accept me? Because I can give you joy on the bed, for example. I think that HRD will just directly reject you to be their worker, right? How you can sustain in the job market if all you can do is offering your body to your boss? There is no any competition that you can offer to them, right? But second, your position as your boss sex worker is very replaceable. Remember, your relationship is only because of the career bonding. Once your boss saw another beautiful woman, then you are replaced. So you are just a tool. But see, maybe you will have much money for being a sugar baby. But are you really secure? Remember that your relationship with your boss is under blanket. There is always be a gossip around you. There always be a cynical eyes that you will see every day. We think that this is not a healthy environment for you to undergo life, right? You will work every day under the feeling of pride being cut or shame of the stigma, or maybe even the guilty feeling for the wife or the children of your boss. But the most important thing is that the guilty for your own self. You already told you that women pride is important. Where is your dignity if you are willing to replace to please them every day just for money, right? You will have that mental problem, good feeling in the long run, in the end of your life. But let's talk about the next one. They talk about the woman choice, woman body, or something like that. We agree, we understand your body is your business, but it is also your business to take care of it. And you don't think that sell it for it for and sell it uh, for your boss is a good treatment. We agree that being a commercial sex worker is a choice. But this case not like that at all. PSK is an official job. It is a professional job. It means that a transaction and consented by both sides. They most likely don't have that choice, right? Since maybe economically they are dying. They do not have that education or qualification like you to get into a certain company like you. In the case of government proposal, you are in the office, assigned for being a sex worker. So that is officially not a job, right? That's just an impulsive action to fulfill the society construct that you need to be successful at 20 to fulfill your glamorous lifestyle. You have another choice. Say being mediocre worker or cheating with your boss. It tells you that your choice is not under rationality. It is based on the irrational decision because you want to have that glamorous life. But Sneaky say that what if you don't have any other choice? Her economic condition is poorly poor. I think that this is less likely the scenario because this motion scenario is most likely happen in a middle to the company, right? Why? Because since you guys also consider that it is a golden opportunity, means that your boss or your company is rich enough to pay you a decent salary. Means that you're already in financial stable in your current position, right? So I think that you are in the good position enough. But B, even if yes, you are that poor, your salary is not high enough to fulfill all of your necessity, my first speaker already told you also that it is better for you to ask from the company. Why? Because simply that place is not set for you. The moment you sell it once, then your boss will utilize it as a tool to have power on your body. Means that your body is no longer your authority, but your boss own it. Maybe someday you want to stop, but your boss threaten you that like force you to be his dog forever. If you don't do that, then he'll ruin your life by fire you or expose it maybe everything about you in your family, for example, which in which I'm pretty sure that he has that power to do so because he has money, right? So that being said, that because of the sustainability in the career and for the woman, right? We proudly oppose.
Thank you for the finalization of the entire debate. Now I will probably going to take around 5 minutes in order to finalize our decision. So please kindly wait for me to come back. Thank you. Okay, so before I give my personal feedback and ranks, I would like to have a quick roll call first. OG, are you there? Lucy? Lucy? Okay, we'll skip to OO, are you there?
We are here.
Okay, great. CG, are you there? CG?
You're here.
Okay, great. And finally, CO, are you here?
Here.
Okay. One more time. OG, are you here? OG, Kak Lucy?
Iya, Kak.
Okay, nice. Okay, so before I give the ranks and some kinds of personal feedback from an amateur perspective, I would like to firstly introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Fadli. I was not actually going to be the chairman. I was actually one of the panelists, but there was actually some unprecedented circumstances that made Kak Hana unable to give rankings and also personal feedback. So I'm really sorry if there's any kinds of um, unqualified feedbacks from me, because this is actually my first time on educating a debate. So please if you have any further question, please do refer Kak Hana for more information. So yeah, it was actually a quite interesting debate overall, but I have to give you one big like what it was kind of disappointing to me because there is no really engagement on both sides of the house that's really engaging on the overall risk of that's exclusive on both sides of the house. For the government, there is risk on the opposition side of the house in case they win, and also the risk of the government side of the house was already explained enough, but not really striking the core problems of this debate on the entirety. So, with that being said, the fourth rank goes to CG. The third rank goes to OO, opening opposition. The second rank goes to OG, and the first place winner of this debate is going to be CO. So, oke, mungkin sedikit feedback aja ya dari gua. Mohon maaf kalau misalnya agak sedikit tidak kualifikasi untuk memberikan feedback, tapi ini datang dari kacamata seseorang yang amatir. So basically, why we place CG as the fourth placing is simply because first, the first speaker does not really give any kinds of further extension towards the debate on their side of the bench. Karena tadi masalah segregasi dan masalah segregasi dan derogatory segregasi dan stagnasi karir yang disebabkan oleh working environment itu sudah dibawain oleh second speaker-nya OG. Jadi extension-nya di sini nggak ada sesuatu yang ibaratnya kalau menurut gua mungkin agak sedikit lebih menarik atau eye catching atau lebih relevan ke case-nya. Itu yang pertama. Dan yang kedua, ini sayang banget untuk second speaker-nya CG. Kalau menurut gue mohon maaf, di sini lu itu bertindak sebagai whip. You're acting as a whip. And we already know whip does not actually supposed to recharacterize the entirety of the debate and also give a new matter or new matter or arguments towards the whole debate in the first place. Whip karena itu nggak bakal di count dan gue di sini ngikutin mungkin aju-aju yang sebelumnya ngajuin gue kalau misalnya ada semacam arguments in the last two speakers, they won't be counted at all. Kayak gitu. Jadi itu alasan kenapa CG sebenarnya di fourth place. Yang pertama no particular extension towards the whole debate, and also the recharacterizations, and also probably a more metric arguments was already coming too late. And why I give OO a higher place compared to CG. At the very least, OO was able to give an insights on what's really important in this debate in the first place, kayak stigmatisasi dan kenapa stigmatisasi itu ada. Tapi kenapa kalau menurut gua OO nggak sebagus CO? Karena di sini stigmatisasinya tidak direlevansikan ke entire ordealnya. Kenapa sih stigma dari orang-orang itu impactful ke si main character. Karena di sini kan kita memang seperti apa yang OG bilang, kita di sini ngebahas main karakternya nih. Tapi kenapa sebenarnya impact dari OO sendiri impact dari si outsiders, other people within the company is also going to be detrimental towards the women's career. Nah, ini yang lebih well delivered oleh CO. CO ngasih tahu kalau misalnya yang pertama itu bakal ngasih pertama stigma ya. Terus dari stigma itu bakal bikin si main karakternya ini takut ketahuan kalau misalnya dia mendapatkan higher position because she sold her body. Ini sebenarnya sesuatu yang ibaratnya detrimental ke karir seseorang karena seperti apa yang sebenarnya di CG bilang tadi, bukan CG, tadi siapa ada yang bilang mental health dari seseorang itu juga berpengaruh, tapi di sini lebih well delivered sama CEO kalau menurut gua. Dan habis itu kenapa OG second place dan kenapa CEO first place? Kalau menurut gua second speaker dari OG, she's quite good at explaining things and it was really informative in the first place, but unfortunately every single argument that she made was completely hinged on the fact that every single thing that she's speaking she spoken was pretty much assumptive in the first place. Asumtifnya kenapa? Oke, ada tadi beberapa argumen yang yang sebenarnya menarik perhatian kita, yang yaitu salah satunya adalah future won't wait from salah satunya ya in conclusion or in general she said that future won't wait for human and won't wait for women, and also there is going to be a lot of AI that is going to replace every single job in the future. Ini ini sebenarnya agak kurang relevantif dan hampir dipertanyakan relevansinya karena tidak dieksplor lebih lanjut. Kenapa sampai bisa terjadi seperti ini? Kayak gitu. Karena kalau misalnya kita ngelihat argumennya ini, kalau menurut gue ya secara kayaknya menurut gue ini kurang ada relevansinya. Dan ya, begitu juga beberapa argumen major dari dari siapa? Dari OG, kalau menurut gue itu all speaking about the benefits of what's going to happen towards the main character after they got promotions or whatsoever. Nah, tapi di sini CEO berhasil ngebales semua argumen tersebut by saying at the end of the day itu nggak bakal ngapa-ngapain. At the end of the day, even if she did have those particular thing, not only it will going to create a whole stigmatization in case she gets caught, tapi juga dia CEO berhasil ngedefine sebuah problem, yaitu lu mungkin aja nggak badan lo itu kemungkinan besar bukan jadi milik lo lagi karena ada risk of having a manipulative boss or having a manipulative directors or something like that. Nah, ini sebenarnya sesuatu hal yang ibaratnya detrimental banget dan ini nggak dibahas sama government bench gitu kalau menurut gue ya. Dan juga CEO berhasil kalau menurut gue ngasih ibaratnya apa ya, worst case scenario buat si government bench. Dia bilang worst case scenario-nya adalah selain takut ketangkap terus ke stigmatisasi, dia juga punya risk of getting pregnant. Nah, ini kan nanti bakal detrimental ke produktivitas dari si main character. Nah, ini malah bakal nanti bukan yang skyrocket karirnya main character, tapi malah bakal ngebuat main character itu nggak produktif, malah nggak mendapatkan profit yang dia inginkan untuk mencapai target mungkin ya pensiun dini atau lain sebagainya. Dan juga terakhir yang benar-benar putting the last nail on the coffin itu CEO bilang kalau misal lu itu masuk ke dalam sebuah perusahaan, lu itu bukan melamar sebagai pelacur. You're not signing in as a whore, as a slut, as any kinds of condescending narrative that we are currently talking about. Kalian melamar sebagai karyawan, dan makanya kenapa ini nggak justifiable kalau menurut gua gitu dari sisinya mereka. Sepertinya itu aja sih. Sekali lagi, I'm really sorry if it's not really that concise and precise or accurate or whatsoever. It's because it is my first time in giving education or whatnot, and I'm really, really, really sorry if it's actually sound too amateurish for every single one of you. So yeah, for that, I'm really sorry once again. I guess that's it. Yeah. Kak siapa tuh? Kak Bagus mungkin atau Kak siapa yang ini? Mungkin bisa di take over, Kak. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you have any further questions, please chat Kak Hana for further personal feedback. That is probably going to be more concise and precise. Thank you.
Oke, makasih banget ya Kak Fadli buat feedbacknya, sangat berguna banget. Dan teman-teman makasih juga buat partisipasinya malam ini. Benar-benar ngasih ilmu baru buat aku yang masih newbie. Nah, jadi ini sebenarnya udah selesai, kalau mau live silakan. Dan sekali lagi makasih banget buat semuanya atas partisipasinya. Kalau ada debate lagi, join lagi ya, biar aku bisa nambah ilmu.
Oke, see you
Thank you,
later semuanya.
guys.
Makasih banyak ya, udah debatnya keren. Dadah.
Thank you all. Goodbye. See you.